way, and it's been painful for us in Saudi Arabia. We've did all the right steps of investigation, etc., in Saudi Arabia, and we've improved our system to be sure that nothing happened like that. And it's painful, and it's a huge mistake, and we are doing our best that this doesn't happen again.
All right, joining me now is Harley Lippman, a foreign policy expert and a member of the American-Israel Affairs Committee. Harley, good to have you with us. Your thoughts on what we just saw there?
There were a couple of interesting comments there. So I guess I'll begin first with the F-35 planes and the impact on the issue with Israel and the qualitative difference. This is going to take years from now before Saudi Arabia is ever going to get it. Israel is well aware. They're going to put in their own defensive measures. But more importantly, Saudi Arabia and Israel are friends. They haven't normalized yet, but they are for growth in the region. Both countries are fighting radical Islam. Mohammed bin Salman has done an extraordinary job in destroying radical Islam in Saudi Arabia and bringing the country to making it a great ally of the United States. And most importantly, these F-35 planes are a signal to Iran, which is the real enemy for peace and the real enemy of the United States and the region, that Iran will now have to be careful because Saudi Arabia has teeth and they will have weapons to use it if Iran ever attacks Saudi Arabia again, because they did attack Saudi Arabia not too long ago in taking out their oil fields. So I think overall this is going to do more to promote peace and stability in the Middle East. And I think Israel will be well prepared for any eventuality.
The president designated Saudi Arabia as a major non-NATO ally. How does all of this impact Israel?
Well, a lot of people don't realize it, but most of the nations in the region are major non-NATO allies of the United States. It started with Obama, that I can't even fathom it to this point, why he did it to Tunisia. He made them a major non-NATO ally. And the United States has given it to Jordan, Egypt, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, and there may be other nations I'm not thinking of. They're all non-NATO allies of the United States. Now, what's the benefit of that is that the United States could put equipment and ammunition in those countries. So if the United States needs to land there to counter threats from Iran, China, or other adversaries, we now have a base to position ourselves from. And so I think that this is long overdue. Saudi Arabia is a great ally of the United States. And in fact, interestingly enough, the country in the region that doesn't have it is United Arab Emirates. And outside of England, only the United Arab Emirates has joined in with the United States in 6 conflicts in the world, aligning their forces with the United States. So they are deserving, and they should also be a non-NATO ally the way Saudi Arabia is now.
Should Saudi Arabia be expected to recognize Israel and potentially join the Abraham Accords before the U.S. concludes the deal?
Well, that would be desirable, but Saudi Arabia has made it very clear that they want, and I quote, irreversible steps to a Palestinian nation. Now, the good news is they haven't put a timeline on it. So that leaves ample opportunity for all parties, the Israelis, Saudi Arabia, whoever's representing the Palestinians in the United States, to work on some plan that could make everybody happy. And I think that could be done. So that is the challenge, but I think it's something that's a challenge that could be met. And overall, I'm very positive about the Middle East. If I may add one other thing, I think the real importance of this trip is largely overlooked. And that is what this trip is really all about, is that Saudi Arabia has emerged as a world power. They're catching up to India and China. They're not there yet, but they're going to be dominant in AI. The amount of rare earth and mining and energy that's taking place When you think of foreign leaders that travel to have conferences, not even about the Middle East, they'd always go to Europe, Geneva, for example. Now they go to Riyadh. You have Xi, you have Putin, you have Trump, you have Biden. They've all gone to Saudi Arabia, which shows the shift of power from Europe to Saudi Arabia.
All right, Harley Lippman, thank you for joining